Welcome to Lotus Time Massage Studios. I'm Liz, and today I'm going to show you a really simple and short sequence for opening up the neck and the shoulders. So we're first going to start this practice in sitting pose. So what I'd like you to do is to make sure you're supported with a cushion. If you need several cushions, I want to make sure that you're sitting comfortably. Even if you're sitting in a chair, that's fine. If you want to sit in a chair for just the grounding meditation, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that now. So we're going to just start off. Just lie your hands on your knees or in your lap. We're just going to let the lids softly close. I'm going to take 3 nice deep breaths. Making a sound if you want on the exhale. Really releasing the tension and heaviness. And exhale. Letting your breath just be natural. Letting your shoulders relax and become heavy. Relaxing your jaw. Letting your tongue rest. Noticing your shoulders becoming heavier with each exhalation. Feeling the cushion or the mat or the chair that you're sitting on. And noticing that you're totally supported right here and right now. Bringing your focus to your breath. Simply notice the inhalation and the exhalation. Not forcing it or changing the breath, just observing. Now from this place, if you would like, you can keep your eyes closed for the moment. Or you can slowly just lift your lids a little without effort, keeping a nice soft gaze. We're just going to let our head just simply drop of its own weight, letting the chin come to the chest without pushing. Just letting gravity do all the work. The shoulders are staying nice and relaxed. They've become so heavy that all the space is exposed that wasn't there before. With each exhalation, feeling the neck relaxing and the chin dropping further. And then bringing your head to neutral space, which would be center. We're just going to simply let the left ear fall to the left shoulder. No pushing. Just really think about keeping those shoulders nice and heavy and just dripping away from your neck. Let the gravity do the work. And of course, if you feel any pain and discomfort, please just back off a little bit from any of the stretches I'm showing you. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, lifting your head to come to neutral. Good. And now we'll let the head fall to the right. Again, just letting the gravity do the work. No pushing. Really focusing on that left shoulder becoming really heavy. Good. Really important piece about breath in doing any kind of stretching is that oxygens and it relaxes our muscles. So you really want to learn how to focus the breath with your stretching. A lot of times we're not very conscious of our breath and we really hold our breath quite a bit. And that causes a lot of tension in the muscles. So we're just going to use the breath to help us melt into these stretches. Good. Now come back to neutral. And now we're just going to speed that up a little bit, dropping your chin down. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Bringing the head back to neutral. Letting your left ear drop to your left shoulder. Exhaling as the right shoulder is melting down. Inhaling. Bringing your head back to neutral, letting the right ear fall to the right shoulder and the left shoulder melts to the ground. This is a great practice to do first thing in the morning, nice and gentle and no pushing. Good. And bringing the neck back to center. And now we're going to just point the chin just slightly angled to the right. So I can actually look at my right knee. That's a really good goalpost. And now I'm just going to let the chin drop down. And if you're like me, you're going to immediately notice this stretch happening in the upper back. Again, not pushing, just letting gravity do the work, melting with every exhale. Good, and inhaling, coming back up, and then bringing your chin back to center. And we'll do the left side, chin in a diagonal, lining it up with your knee, and then just dropping the chin down. And you'll notice that when we stretch different sides of the body, there's different tension in different areas. And I ask you just to bring a soft and compassionate heart to your own story in your body. Inhaling, chin up, and bringing the chin back central. I think with any of these exercises, just loving kindness is very helpful, and it allows us to get more out of our practice. So the next stretch I'd like to show you is opening up the shoulders. So we're going to come into a child's pose from here. And if you need any kind of supports behind your legs, I'll show you that a little bit. Because not everybody can sit kind of back on their calves, so we want to make sure that you can be comfortable. And I kind of don't have a wide stance with my knees, but they're not totally close together either, so they're kind of hip width apart. And then just come down into a child's pose. And we're keeping the arms forward because we're starting to open up the shoulders. Now, if you have any shoulder issues, then I would ask you to just bring the shoulders back a little bit, okay? So we really want to do what's comfortable for you, no pain, okay? So just working right within your abilities and just melting down to a nice child's pose. Noticing the breath. And right now, my arms aren't really active. They're quite relaxed. So I want to bring the tension down in my body a little bit before we get into any kind of more active stretching. So softening the breath. Good. And now looking at your hands, we're going to do a really easy little stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crawl my hands like little spiders over to the right. And that's going to start stretching the left side of my body, my upper shoulders and back. And really pay attention. If there's any pain or discomfort, just walk it back a little bit. We don't want to be on that edge of discomfort. We really want to allow gravity to stretch us in a really comfortable place. And plus, because my shoulders are extended, it's easy to injure your shoulders. So please adhere to your comfort level with this. And then you can just lower your head down if that's available to you. If it isn't, you can also put a pillow here for your forehead while you do this stretch, and just relax your head this way. And you can really just, if you want to explore, just leaning your body into that left side. So if you can think even putting more weight on the left leg, you'll see that you'll get a nice deeper stretch. And then we're going to bring our hands back to center. Take a breath here. Exhale. Good. And looking up, we'll crawl our hands over to the left side. And same. Again, different story, different side of the body. So please be kind and gentle. Breathing into those side ribs. So much of our breath is constricted because we have this relationship with our breath of constricting all the time. And so we can find that we have quite a bit of tension in the ribs. You want to just bring our breath right into those tight places and exhale and melt. If you would like, just to lean into that shoulder if that's available to you. If it causes pain, please don't do that. Or you can bring your shoulders back a little bit if being extended out is painful. Good. And bringing your hands back to center, we're going to come into a nice cat-cow from here. So keeping your knees hip width apart and your hands spread out as much as possible. If you have any kind of wrist pain, and again, you can see I'm not like this over my hands. There's just a little bit of an angle. So, but if you still have wrist pain, I'm going to show you a little trick. You can simply just roll the top of your mat or blanket if you have that and sit your wrists right on the edge of that. And that just makes just a little bit more space and takes a little bit pressure off your wrists. So coming into cat-cow, just want to just be in neutral spine for a moment, extending the neck. And now we're going to take a nice opening stretch, and with our breath we're going to inhale, and really what I'm doing is not dropping the low back, but I'm reaching out with my chest. Okay, So what I want you to think about is actually lengthening the spine, not concaving the low back. So we want to have a lot of stability in cat-cow. We're going to get a lot more out of it, okay? So taking the breath and inhale. Good, and exhaling, I'm going to drop my chin, and very slowly, I'm just going to start to roll my upper back high. So if I can even imagine someone's just picking me up by the back of my ribs. And then my low back naturally responds. So it just comes along for the ride, okay? Good. And the exhale, as we open and make space in the back of the ribs, in the back of the heart chakra. And we're going to inhale, opening the chest forward. If this hurts your neck, then you can keep it more at a straight angle like this. Good, exhaling, rolling. Emphasizing opening the back ribs. And then one more time, inhaling. And again, exhaling. And from here, we're going to roll the toes under and come into what we call puppy pose. So that's just like this, dropping the head down. If you need a prop underneath your head, just do that, that's fine. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Good, dropping the toes down, coming back into cat-cow. We're going to do our biggest stretch for this shoulder opening. And it's kind of an eye of a needle, but for the upper body. So let's start by first inhaling, and we're going to raise the right arm. Please don't stretch. So if it only comes up this far or this far, that's fine. And we're going to exhale and weave that right arm right under the left arm, so it's going to look straight. So if I showed it to you, it looks like this, okay? If you need any cushions to support that, you can do that. You can put your arm just like this. You can put a cushion right underneath that shoulder, okay? And so in this eye of the needle pose, we can either actively press the right arm down to the floor while at the same time opening up the left arm forward, or you can do it in a more restorative way, which is just to relax here and not press. Whatever feels good for your shoulder, you can do either one. You can explore this stretch. Taking one more deep breath in. And exhaling. Coming out of the eye of the needle. Good. And now we're going to take it to the left side. So the left arm is going to go up in the inhale. And exhale, weaving it all the way through. Good. Now, you can keep your arm again like this, or you can stretch it forward. Whatever feels best to you. Softening the breath. And one more inhale. And exhale, releasing the pose. Coming back into child's pose. Softening the breath. Good. And we'll do one more stretch. If you have a belt, you can, if you have quite a bit of flexibility in your shoulders, you can try doing this without a belt. I'm going to show it to you with a belt, so if you happen to have one nearby. And this stretch is, I'm going to show it to you in a couple of different angles. So we're going to start with our right arm going back and our left hand coming around. So if that's available to you, that could look like this. It could look like this. You could grasp on. And I notice I'm more flexible on one side than the other. Or you can use a belt. And so what I would do is I take my belt with me, and then I would just grab it from below. Okay? So I'll use the belt for this exercise. And again, taking nice deep breaths. And you might find as you're in this stretch that there's more room available for you as you start relaxing to bring your hands closer together. But please be gentle with yourself. Taking one more inhale. Exhaling and releasing. Good. And now we're going to try the other side. So I'm going to take my belt back, and my right arm weaves around to the back and grabs the belt. Again, as I always say, working the two sides of the body, you'll find that because we use our arms differently, there's different things going on. So please show loving kindness and don't stress the front shoulder or the wrists. Just explore and find what's comfortable for you. When you're in that place, just soften the breath. And one more deep breath in. And exhale, releasing the straps. And we'll just do another quick stretch, just bringing the right arm across the body. And the left arm is just going to kind of hug that left shoulder a little bit. Good. And while I'm doing this, I'm dropping down that right shoulder at the same time. So I'm not letting my shoulder come way up like this, but I'm dropping it down into the stability place. So I'm not over stressing the tendons or the joints or the ligaments or anything like that. I'm right plugged into my shoulder. I'm getting the most out of this stretch. Good. And soften the breath. And one more exhalation. Then release. And bringing the left arm across the body. Bringing the right arm up and just grasping the shoulder of the left side. Drawing that left shoulder down while also bringing a nice little hug in to the chest. Softening the breath. One more full breath. Exhaling, bringing your hands down to your knees. Let's just close our eyes for a moment and notice what's changed from when we first started. Notice the warmth you might be feeling, or less tension in your shoulders. More room and more space for you. Taking one more deep, purposeful breath. And exhaling, bringing your hands to heart center, dropping your head down as we be thankful and grateful for this day that we have together. Thanks for joining me in this wonderful shoulder and neck opening exercise. And if you can, follow me on YouTube or subscribe to the channel, or find me at Lotus Thai Massage and Wellness on Facebook. It was so nice to see you again. Take care and blessings to you and your family.